item that we have on our agenda is item 6, committee reports. First, we have Finance and Administration. David Shepard, you have items 6A and 3D.
All right, Madam Mayor, if it's all right, I'll take item 6A first.
That'd be fine.
It's an ongoing general engineering services contract with Black Veatch. This contract started back in 2005 to provide a variety of on-call engineering services. The proposed amendment in the amount of $35,000 is a continuation of these general engineering services. Amendment 9 will bring the total of the contract since 2005 to $592,233. Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve amendment number 9 to the Black Veatch Corporation ongoing general engineering services contract in the amount of $35,000 effective January 31st, 2013.
Second. Any discussion on this item?
I do have a question.
Mr. Quinn?
At the committee meeting, I brought this up, and I don't think I got this answered exactly right. But,
okay.
It's my understanding that if we do this, we're going to increase the budgeted amount for these services by $21,000 more. Is it? Am I right or wrong on that?
Ms. Scanlon, would you care to field that?
I believe it's $35,000.
$35,000 more than what we had budgeted?
But as a reminder, there's some of those expenses that will be reimbursed to us by private development.
I think it was what was originally contracted.
And then one of the questions was the available budget, so we added that at the bottom of 6A, where it showed the line item detail where the money was coming from.
Okay, so you're telling me that was not an increase, is there?
It's increasing the billing limit in their contract. But there's money budgeted that can cover this cost.
There were
the 2012 budget,
yeah, there were two issues. One was budget, then one was what the contract was, and the contract was being varied, but there was the money available to take care of it within the budget.
That was the part I was curious about. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Ms. Cowdery.
You said that it was like $49,000 that was budgeted, and that we were going to spend this $35,000, but then you said be aware that with the ongoing projects that we have this year, that this will be a greater and greater need as the year goes on. So I did not know if this was appropriate, given that you were stating right after you said that this number was probably not going to be adequate, was the implied addendum to that?
Well, I think what you're describing is the conversation that was in January when it was related to I will call it the scenario study that Black Veatch did. And our fear was at that time when we brought that item forward that study that Black Veatch was going to do would go through that $35,000 and that there were going to be other things that we would need to do in 2012. And that's why we brought back the second amendment, because we can't spend unless this contract limit gets increased. So that's why the item was brought back.
And we just have the $49,000 though budgeted for these services.
That's for this year. The
there's $90,000 budgeted, but there's only $49,000 remaining.
Okay. Minus the $35,000, correct?
The $35,000 would be subtracted from the 90.
Okay, thank you.
But we already.
And then we've spent other engineering money, which brought it down to $49,258.
Ms. Miller, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I was just wanting to clarify, because we increased the limit by $35,000 in January, another $35,000 now, so that's total 70. But what you're saying is we have budgeted for 90, so this is just bringing everything in line.
Correct.
We're not approving spending over budget.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any further discussion, Mr. Andre?
Yeah, Madam Mayor, I have a few comments. I made some of these at the Finance Administration Committee meeting. I'll share some of them and some new ones this evening. Okay. This is the 9th time we've amended the contract. It's the 4th time that we've done it since I've joined council. So this is the 4th vote I've been asked to make on this amendment. And each time on this contract, each time this comes back before us, it gets more and more uneasy for me. I thought we had this resolved and figured out, and we were going to do this on an annual basis. In January, that's obviously not the case. I have tried to look at the figures to understand. We have some budgetary net codes thrown in front of us, trying to understand where the expenditures are going. And I I don't get it, I can't follow it, and I've seen this strategy go too many times, and it doesn't give me enough confidence to support this, so I will not be voting for this amendment to the contract. Having said that, I want to make it abundantly clear that I want to see our flooding issues in Mission resolved. I think that our flooding issues are a big burden on our downtown merchants. We've got to figure out a way to get our arms around these issues, but I'm not confident that the current spending approach is helping us do that. I want to see us solve the problems, not just spend more money, so I would be voting against it, Mayor.
And yet you don't have to give us a kind of a.
I know you
preview
don't,
of
but I
your
want to make sure folks know where I stand, and perhaps others want to engage on that discussion.
Any further discussion? Please call the question.
Andre,
Nay.
Cowdery,
Nay.
Gibbs,
Aye.
Pring,
Aye.
Miller,
Nay.
Quinn,
Nay.
Shepherd,
Aye.
Vandenberg.
Aye.
It's tied.
Aye.
Last item is item 3. See, Lawrence, that VD thing. 3D, revisions to count.